Alright, something new today. Just got it. This is the Tethrd this is the Lockdown. I know it's had a few name changes, Ultralight or something like that now is the official new name or whatever, but I think it's basically the same saddle. But anyway, new Tethrd Lockdown XL or some variation of whatever the new one is called. I should probably look that up. But anyway, we'll do that later. So a little bit about this, why I switched to this one. I've been running a Predator for a long time and I've liked it. I've had good success with it, but it does have a little bit of hip pinch, and I think the pouches, the loose side pouches here, can get to be a problem. So let me show you a little bit about this one and why I think upgrading to an XL is going to be better for everybody, even if you don't necessarily need to. Alright, so the new Tethrd version is not Lockdown, it's Ultralock. So, and I think in essence it's the same saddle, at least that's what I've been told. There will be a few variations, I'm sure. It's not going to say Lockdown on the side, but I think it's in essence the same saddle. So this is a Phantom. This is the Tethrd Phantom. This is not the XL, it's just the regular old Tethrd Phantom. I've been running this one, I've really liked it. I'm not a fan of these floppy bags that they have. I prefer the Latitude bags that are still kind of floppy, but the material is more structured, if that makes sense, but they're still a loose, but it'll hold itself open, whereas these Tethrd ones won't. They literally are just the soft fabric, and these are a little deeper and not kind of short and chubby like these are. But I've had no problems with this one. The only thing is I put a cheap suspender on it. I've got the Tethrd cis haulers or whatever they are on the side. It's been fine. I got the 11mm ropes. Obviously would want some smaller ones. That's what I'm hoping to go with this one. And while this one is incredibly expensive, and you think about it and you go, that's way overpriced for what it is, it does come with a lot of features already on it that I think when you factor those in, make it a little bit more reasonable. Alright, so the Lockdown or Ultralight or whatever you want to call it, I think it retails for like $450. You can actually get these Lockdown models for cheaper because I think they're getting rid of them before the Ultralights start hitting the stores. But it comes with the suspenders, the actual good Tethrd suspenders, so that's a plus. You not only get pouches, one on each side, but they're way better pouches. You got they're bigger, they're wider, they stay open, they're structured. You've got pockets inside of the pouches, so you've got interior pockets as well. You've got a little pouch on the outside, and you've got just some exterior pockets here. I don't know how confident I feel just putting stuff in these, but they're there. And then you've got like molly loops underneath this that you could even put more stuff on. It's cool they've actually left this open, so if you want to have like a pull-up rope inside here, you can have your pull-up rope inside here. Actually, the main one, have your pull-up rope inside here, have it going out through there, and you could use one of those pull-up ropes as well. So only concern I have with it is I worry about using zippers. If you're out in the woods, you're trying to be super quiet, get your stuff out, you start running these zippers, I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm gonna try to find some kind of a zipper lube of some sort to put on these. The smaller pouches, these seem to open pretty good without too much noise. These, the bigger ones, I think are going to be a problem in the dead of night when you're trying to get your ropes out. Trying to get up in the tree silently. But the main thing I wanted to compare on these is size, is why you should go with the XL instead of the regular Predator or the regular size ones. The other thing that's a little different is where your legs attach. The old Predator just has these kind of loops, and the new ones have these locking mechanisms similar to the way your actual belt is on your old platforms. Alright, so what I've got here is I've got your basic Predator laid on top of the Lockdown or Ultralock or whatever, and you can see where your lineman's belt is compared to the smaller one, the regular one, if you will. And you could do the same thing with your actual bridge as well, if you lay them out. So if you look at where the bridge is on each of these, you got a couple more inches on each side of where your bridge is compared to the one before it. So when you're actually locked into these, you're going to be that much more wrapped around your waist and not cut off and pinching you on the hips. The other thing about this is how much taller this one is. And this one will actually stretch out that much, as opposed to the Phantom has no more stretch in it. So you can see you're getting a lot more cushion. This one's like a hammock, and the Phantom is not so much. This one does feel like a big diaper kind of coming through the woods. You feel that difference. It is a noticeable difference, and I think it'll take a little bit of getting used to. But it's got a lot of cool features. It's got a lot of upgrades. It's going to be more comfortable in the tree. We're going to go hang it from a tree, try it out, and kind of get some instant feedback. We've got the Phantom saddle on. This is not the XL. This is just the regular Phantom. I've hunted out of this one for many years. We're going to go get in a tree with it, kind of talk about where you feel the pressure, the fit, how everything goes with it. And then we'll try out the lockdown or Ultralock or whatever they're calling it now, and then we'll see, kind of compare the feeling, the comfort, and things like that. Right out of the gates, this one does not feel bulky at all. Like just walking around with it and stuff, it's not like overly bulky. The pouches are kind of like baggy and stuff, but the actual saddle itself feels great. So that's how I kind of like it. This is kind of the problem, is where this angle comes in, because of the way these come off of your hip right here to your actual tether, to your bridge and your tether. But that's about how I want it head height, just about that much, and sometimes shorter as far as how I can get this closer. And then I play with my bridge and get it pretty comfortable. So where I actually feel pinch, right on your, let me adjust everything like I would. Right on your lower back is where you're going to feel pressure, and you're going to feel it right on these hips right here. And I'd say, I just call it pressure because it doesn't bother you right now, but it's just pressure. Over time though, if you weren't, as you sat here for hours, you might start to notice that. You might start feeling that pressure and that pull, and that just around your hip and your front flexors and things like that. You're going to start feeling that. All right, lockdown, ultralight, whatever we're calling it, from Tethrd. All right, so out of the gates, first thing, I know it's there more. It's not that it's bulkier, but like there's just more to it. The pouches are already on here. They're not like hanging low on your legs. The suspenders are thicker, more padded material. There's just a lot more going on, it feels like, than just my old Predator that I used to use. And maybe once I kind of get my system and get some of these straps put away, or cut off, or whatever I end up doing with all this excess, that might help. But there's a lot going on, it feels like, so I don't know how that'll feel in the woods, but you definitely notice all this stuff more. And it feels fine, it's comfortable. I've got this cinched up, walk through the woods, but these seem bigger, and it may just be that they're more in front of me now because this is an XL and not a regular. So let's go get on a tree, see how it feels in the tree. Yeah, that feels good, feels comfortable. What I don't notice, I think what you'll really notice it, is when you're just hanging. If you're sitting with your knees against the tree, because it really cups your rear end good, where it's like cradling you, it feels like, so you can slide into the tree and feel really good. Let me close it back up, cinch it back up some. So I think first impressions here, if I'm just leaning like this, I want it pulled up tight and small. To me, that feels good. Like there's no pressure on anything. Like, you know, around your pinch points and stuff here, because all this stuff seems to be wrapping around you more instead of coming off your hips at an angle like it was. These seem to come on around in front of you and then go to your tether, which feels way more comfortable here. I feel a little bit on my lower back, but again, I think you could just play with where that saddle's fitting you. And you could get that band that goes around your lower back and get it where it's solid and not putting pressure literally on like your kidneys. But it's not bad. It's just the same as the other one, and that just may be a part of the saddle hunting in general. But the ability, leaning back and having a smaller saddle around your butt, really takes the pressure off of your hips and your glutes. These coming around in front of you more, because it's an XL versus a large or versus a regular, means that I don't feel any hip pinch at all. So like all this right here, not feeling any of that normal pinch or pressure that you feel. It's all around my back and my glutes. So it's pretty cool. I definitely think, like, for standing back, you've got a comfortable option, and then just expand that back panel down like that, and now it's cupping you more, and now you can go knees into the tree and you're golden. Again, I hate those little loose pouches, so I love these. The ability to just take this tether off, put it right here, zip it back up. I think it's going to be awesome. Yeah. I always like to put my ropes on the left side. So the ability to just take this tether, this is the big one, just shove it down in there. Way easier than with those little pouches. So the first thing out of my belt for next time up will be this lineman's belt. So I always keep that clipped on there. And this one, I have it rolled up in this pouch. You can see how much easier that is to load and unload in one hand, zipper it. So all my ropes are in there, and those are the big ropes, and there's still plenty of room. All right, Tethrd Lockdown, or Ultralock, whatever they're changing the name to. I love these pouches. You could put them on, I think you can buy them regularly and put them on other stuff, so that might be a cool option too for people. But I really love the extra large aspect of it. If I was just getting the regular, just going from same size to same size, I don't know that I'd be as impressed. I mean, with the comfort of it, but the fact that I'm going from like a regular Predator or Phantom to a Lockdown that's XL, I really love the comfortability of it. I like these pouches and how easy they are to get in and out, and they stay open. They don't fold up on themselves, and you're having to cram stuff down in there. So if you've had hip pinch, if you've dealt with hip pinch, I would encourage you to get these XLs, whether it be a Phantom XL you can find, or the Lockdown XL, or the Ultralock XL, or whatever it's going to be. It's way more comfortable around the hips and the waist. You'll definitely enjoy that part of it. If you don't have a saddle, you're looking to go all in and you're going to spend the money, the Lockdown or the Ultralock would be a good one to get. You're going to buy once, cry once. It is a little expensive, but you're also getting two like premium pouches with it, which they run, you know, 40 bucks a piece or something. I looked that up. And you're getting premium suspenders with it, which again are going to cost, you know, 40 bucks. So yeah, you're getting a saddle, and it costs more. I was looking at the Latitude method too, which I think is a great saddle as well. It actually would have been cheaper to buy that one, but I didn't have the premium pouches and I didn't have the suspenders with it at the price that it was. So pros and cons, if you've got one, let me know what you think about them. I think it's a great saddle. I'm really looking forward to using it. I'm still going to keep my Phantom. I think there may be a time and a place to have a backup one, or let a buddy borrow it, or have somebody, if they're going to come film you, they could wear it. Just having another one hanging around, wife and kids, stuff like that. But the Lockdown, the dual panel, the ability to make it bigger if you want to set back in it, the ability with these awesome pouches, high-end suspenders on there. I think it's a really cool saddle. It's pricey. You're going to pay for it, but as always, Tethrd makes good quality stuff. So I think you'll be satisfied if you do buy it. Check it out. Like, subscribe. Appreciate it.